if I'm saying your name correctly. Liz, is that you?
Oh, yeah, that's my name.
Hello, Liz.
Hi.
What do you have to share with us this morning?
Oh, yeah, me and my fiance woke up early this morning to the dogs whining, and the wind was blowing like crazy. We've heard a couple of transformers blow all around the neighborhood, and we've been sticking towels up on our windows because everything's leaking. We're from Colorado, so this is our first hurricane.
Welcome.
Luckily, we've been prepping since March, so we were ready for it, but it's, you never know what to expect until you're actually, in it. So.
What part of town are you calling us from?
We're calling from 3rd Ward.
Yeah. Well, how did this all start for you? When did you first notice it? Was it the dogs that gave you the first heads up?
Well, we had heard some wind blowing, and I looked outside, and it was raining, but then the wind started blowing really hard, and, our doors started making noises and stuff, and then that's when we noticed, oh, wow, I think the storm is here, because we were expecting it to come in, late at, 12 p.m. last night, but it came in around, 3 or 4 in our area, and it's just, our streets have been just flooding like crazy ever since then.
You mentioned that you had started preparing a while back for this, and good for you. That's great for any new-timers that come into our area. Those of us that have been here a while kind of often assume it's not going to happen or it's not going to be that bad, so we don't prepare as well as we should. What did you folks do to prepare for this?
So what we pretty much did was just research, non-perishable foods to keep in storage. And every other grocery trip, we're getting about 2 gallons of water and sending it, in the back of our storage, for times like this. And, every time we think about it, getting extra dog food, just extra supplies that might come in handy, first aid kit and things like that.
Well, Liz, I don't want to talk too much with you because I don't want to give away your location now that we know you are well stocked, and a lot of people probably aren't. Thank you for calling in and sharing with us, and stay safe.
Yeah, thank you. You guys too. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Up next, Jeremy is on the line from Katie. Jeremy, what do you have to share with us today? Nope, Jeremy's gone. Let's go to Erica. Erica, are you there calling from the Galleria?
Yes, I am.
How's the Galleria faring?
I stepped outside. I'm near about San Felipe and Augusta, and we have about 5 fences down on our property. There's trees that have fallen on Augusta. I did talk to one of my neighbors whose husband is with HPD, and he's had a difficult time. There's something big time going on tonight. It's flooded, I'm sure, and also areas here on Chimney Rock and San Felipe and Sage are flooded. So this is a very dangerous area as far as flooding, and the winds are picking up. It's pretty scary.
And Erica is one of our reporters, as are many of our reporters throughout the community right now, giving us eyewitness reports and helping us understand what's happening in the area around us. Are you seeing, Erica, many things that have gone flying or have broken off? Has the wind's been strong enough to uproot trees? What are you noticing?
Yes, trees, and there's tree debris. Lots of shingles are falling off of the roofs. Like I said, several fences and several panels of these fences. So these winds are definitely wreaking havoc in this area 100%. It's dangerous to be outside.
What about the power?
Yes, our power has been out, I would probably say, since about 9:30. We were lucky for a few hours, but yeah.
Yeah, and Erica, what else have you been seeing? How are the winds right now currently? What's happening around you?
They are gusty right now. All of our neighbors came outside to chit-chat, and now we're all back inside because it's unsafe. I mean, you think there's a lull for maybe 5 minutes, and then you're back inside within no time, because it gets scary. The gusts go from, let's say 0 to 1, 5 being very heavy. It's like a 2, and then all of a sudden within a minute or so, it's back to a 5. So pretty scary. Touch and go for sure.
And what are you doing to stay safe?
Well, I'm staying inside. I did take a peek outside so I could update the listeners, but I did get scared, So we're just hunkering down. I have a nervous 15-year-old dog who I've already given some medicine to because I want him to go night-night.
Yeah. Erica, it's funny. I think people often forget that our reporters that are out in the field are real people, too, living their real lives also. We don't just function to share the information, but we are going through it with them. And I think that's what makes your ability to be there and report back to us so important, is that we do get a true on-the-ground feeling of what's going on. Any messages you would like to leave the listeners with right now?
Please just hunker down. Better safe than sorry. We already have one death in our community. I'm praying that all of Texas is safe, but please just listen to Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo. Stay inside, stay safe, and make sure you prepare. This is one of those cities that we're always hit with disasters like hurricanes. So listen to our county officials.
Erica, thank you very much.
Fort Bend County Judge K.P. George joins us now. Nope, sorry about that.
Actually, we are going to get to KP George in just a moment, but we have Harris County Commissioner Rodney Ellis on the line. Commissioner, thank you very much for calling in. I guess I would make this a very broad, open question. What do you have to say to our listeners right now?
Stay inside. We're in the middle of it. This may be the worst of it. Tell your reporters to be safe out there as well. My crews are waiting to get out. They can't get out right now. So we're relying on information from folks who are on the ground calling from neighborhoods. But, it's pretty dangerous out there. When you look at it, maybe 2.1 million customers in the entire Centerpoint service area, which goes outside Harris County, by the way, without power. At least we know we got 1.2 million in Harris County. Look, people are calling me, telling me they're dealing with leaks and they got down fences. I'm just so glad. Look, we only have one person so far who has lost their life. So my advice to people is hunker down for the next couple of hours in particular. We'll get through it. It's good. We got great cooperation across all governmental sectors. Centerpoint is doing the best that they can. They learned a lot from the recent weather event. They'll learn more this go around. I am pleased that there's so many crews around the country who are ready to come in. It's going to be hot tomorrow. It's going to be a real challenge.
Yeah, Commissioner, as you mentioned those numbers, obviously you're getting reports in. What do you know about how long, how quickly we're going to see service coming back? Do we have any estimates on that already, or can't they tell at this point?
They don't know if they can. It depends on how many crews can come in. And you can't really assess it in the middle of a storm. As much as we would like to know instantly, you just can't push a button and find out how long it would take to get power back on. What you can do is push a button. And so at least now we know how many people are without power and quickly. Look, I've got power now. It's been going on and off. So we just have to hunker down and get through it.
Another question is, we've talked about the heat's going to be coming in, and we're talking about power outage. What's the county doing as far as cooling centers? How can people find out where they can find relief?
ReadyHarris.com. We don't know how many centers will have power. We do know how many have generators. We're going to be distributing water. We're going to distribute food to people. If we can't do it from centers, and my precinct in particular, we may even do it from my administrative offices, where we know we do have generation. Look, tomorrow morning, later, we're lucky. This so far is a daylight event. So if you don't have power, if you don't have batteries, do something to give you light. Turn flashlights on, at least you can see. We're going to have some preliminary assessments later on before the sun comes down.
And I would assume you would recommend to folks stay put right now, even if it's warm. We don't need you out there trying to find anything. Nothing else is functioning right now. So stay put where you're safe. Is that safe to say?
When you see that standing water out there, there are all kinds of dangers in that water you cannot imagine. So if you're at home, stay there. If you're with our friends, stay there. We can jump up. And we are prepared for the run. Daylight will provide us.
Commissioner, thank you very much. I'm sure this isn't the last time we'll talk to you today, but I appreciate you taking the time right now.
You tell those reporters to be careful out there.
We will tell them, and to all of our listeners, please follow the Commissioner's advice.
Now we have Fort Bend County Judge K.P. George joining us now. Good morning, Judge. What can you tell us about your area?
Good morning. Good morning. It is, we are seeing and hearing widespread damages throughout the county, and our county is around 885 per mile. And we have been told more than 250,000 of our residents without power at this point. And also, as you know, AT&T cell services are down in the area, which is also the case in Houston area altogether, I believe. Power lines down, they are extremely dangerous. We are advising people not even go anywhere near NBC, or if you come to know if there's something like that happen, they need to call 911. And there are numerous roads and areas where blocked by limbs and trees uprooting and things of that nature. So our road and bridge guys are preparing, as you heard from Commissioner. We are still in the middle of this weather event, and they are preparing to go out and clear those debris. And also in Richmond, Rosenberg area, we have a small apartment complex. One area of that apartment complex was damaged or collapsed. And so we are actually in the process of bringing those residents to a temporary shelter in our fairgrounds. It has been set up and they have been transported to that area. And EMS, of course, is responding to residents with medical conditions that need electricity and transporting for shelter locations. And we are assessing, and we are assessing our damages and our county buildings. We have numerous buildings of smaller damages. One building, major building, have their electricity circuit blown up. So the power outage is going to be, I don't know for how many days it is going to be there. But the facilities manager is working with so that we can bring some generators or something so that we could continue our normal county business hours tomorrow. That's what we are hoping. And as you know, we are expecting another wave of rain coming our way. Not as bad as we saw before, but we had around anywhere from 5 inches to 10.8 inches of rain in various parts of the county, which is a lot of water coming. So flash flood is still happening in various locations. County is activated. Yeah.
Just let me ask you this. Looking at the maps of where you folks are located, is it safe to say most of the storm has passed you now and you guys are just getting some rain, some winds, but it's comfortable there or not really?
Yeah, the wind, most part, I should say, kind of passed, but we still have rain coming. That is going to be more like the tail end of the storm, but we still have rain coming our way. And our EOS is activated, increased to level 2, and we are in the process of preparing a disaster declaration for the county. And we are in constant contact with TDM and other jurisdictions, and we are closely communicating with all jurisdictions in Fort Bend County.
You mentioned that apartment complex and people being taken to the fairgrounds. If people are in need right now, are you recommending that they proceed somewhere, or should they stay put and reach out via the phone in some other way? And I bring that up because I'm worried about standing water, rushing water, flooding, and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Staying put is the best course of action you can take, unless you've been instructed to evacuate or you are in danger or something, and still you need to call 911. We have also the city of Richmond and Rosenberg, our dispatch got some issues, so they're all directed to our main dispatch system, that it is all working, but I just want everybody to reach out, phone calls and other help requesting from where you are is the best course of action we recommend, because roads are still not safe. There are flooded areas, there are trees and uprooted trees and also limbs on the road and so many other things happening. So best course of action.
There's no road there. There's no road there. There's no road.
One last thing you brought up about power outages and phone calls and all of that. If I'm not mistaken, if you should see a live wire, if you should see a transformer, something like that, that's what you call 911 for. If you simply have a power outage, then we should assume CenterPoint knows that. They have ways of gauging where the power is on and where it's off, and so there's no need to call. Is that correct information?
a huge number, 1.2 or something he mentioned, 2 million people, and we have 250 plus Portland County. And so, yeah, they're aware of your power outage, and they will involve you, and they continue to work to restore as you asked the question to Commissioner. We have no idea the timeline, but I know that they're working hard.
Fort Bend County Judge KP George, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Before we move on to our next guest, I want to remind folks that it may seem calm in your area right now. Please stay put. We are still noticing the storm is up to the north and east of us is where the most rain is hitting right now. And when I say us, I mean where the station is located in central Houston. But that it is still dangerous out there. As you hear us talk about, we're going to be looking throughout our whole listening area. So you may hear reports of things where they're calmer in a different area. That doesn't always apply to where you're at. So please stay put until you know that your area is safe before moving about. But we are still in the midst of the storm, and as has been mentioned, this has been a deadly storm in our area. Luckily, the casualties have been low, but unluckily, there have been casualties. So please stay safe and protect yourself.
Councilwoman Abby Kamen of District C is going to give us an update now. Hello, Abby. What can you tell us about your area?
Hi, good morning. Well, the good news is we're through the worst of the storm, and we're still continuing to monitor closely and asking residents to stay home and off the road. But so far, I know y'all have been sharing out power outages. We do have widespread power outages throughout the district, ranging from Meyerland through just north of 610, including Montrose and again the Houston metro area inside the loop. Center Point is saying over 500,000 in the metro area, but online they're reporting 2 million. So I'm not going to give an official number on that. I do know that Center Point will be out starting a little bit later today to begin those assessments.
I do want to mention that at 11 a.m. we're expecting to take a press conference from our mayor. Mayor Whitmire will be talking and probably addressing a lot of the issues that may be on your mind and questions you may have. Councilman or Councilwoman, Councilperson, tell me a little bit about what you're hearing from your constituents.
Yeah, so in addition to the power outages, the number one concern right now is flooding. We've had across the Houston metro, this is a generalization, but about 8 to 11 inches. Luckily, it is tapering off. We can expect another inch or so.
What would happen if we Well, that's when we start to run into some irreconcilable position. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu put out a statement Sunday saying Israel retains the right to resume fighting until it achieves its objectives. And for him, that means defeating Hamas politically and militarily. And he also said he expects Israel to have an extended army presence in Gaza. So even if we get some progress or a deal for this initial 6-week ceasefire, you can see the same obstacles emerging for the permanent deal in the war. And meanwhile, the daily fighting in Gaza is carried on.
Well, let's be specific about that. I know you pay close attention. What is happening right now?
Well, Steve, something really jumped out at me over the weekend. You know, the Israeli military recently took a small group of journalists into Rafah. That's the city on Gaza's southern border with Egypt. Now, NPR wasn't among them, but we do have access to the shared video footage. And the Israeli invasion in Rafah, directed at Hamas, has turned that city into a scene of utter devastation. Buildings reduced to rubble, the streets are all shoot up, and this is what was striking, there's an absence of Palestinians in Rafah. The journalists spent about 3 hours there, and they said they didn't see everything, but they didn't see a single Palestinian. The UN said recently that Rafah's population peaked about 1.4 million earlier this year, and now it's down to about 50,000 as people have fled, seeking shelter elsewhere. So this is a city that was just bursting at the seams with all these tent camps a few months ago. Now it's mostly empty.
This is really profound, Greg, because we were told it was impossible for people to move out of there. It seems like virtually all people have moved out of there, and I guess we should also note that means this is an enormous number of people who've been forced in many cases, to relocate again.
Oh, absolutely. And on their own. It wasn't the organized way for them to move. So they found a way out, but they say they're still getting hit and bombed by Israel and other places where they're seeking shelter.
Thanks for the insight.
So thank you.
It's a good time to report. NPR News.
over the United States. The outcome of which was to review these contracts with the U.S. He's starting from not saying north of the the northern negotiations to say yes, and seriously.
The focus on getting people about multiple senators, private senators, and they have any impression that this elected president that doesn't have that would be able to deliver on some nuclear deal, shipping, ending, stopping, whatever the nuclear deal is.
But it is not a huge nuclear to deliver that. It's the process of the diplomacy. That's the way it happened last time. When you look at the president of the parliament, really walk forward, and his powers by being on top of the I think position is not promising promising the economy of cost that I think Europe and the United States have been interested in. It is the process of it produce an end to the revolution effect, not a factor of
And you think Iran is really consider that the given the kind of situation around it?
Well, he did permit the previous president to stay in the United States in negotiations in Vienna, and they came very close to a deal. That means that the family was interested in it's not a surrender, it's interested in a deal in which we give up certain things and try to get certain degree of sanctions. And possession is working on that.
What we talked about for the other side, you said that he wants more freedom for women who protested for the restrictions of the
2 miles, take exit 763 onto I-610 North and I-610 North.
So this is something that could change.
Yes. Women are not happy with the situation of the code, but they hope that they don't have to look over the code, so they have to do what right to them.
Thank you. Someone mentioned that the House was really starting with the
Geologist in Arizona, who's still missing 3 years after he disappeared in France. Despite leads and attempts from the media, the family saw over $1 million companies, such as Robinson's father is announced. And they're trying to bring it up. Reason is also saying that not some of the world is building for the right Davis says it's going to be 15 Use the right four lanes to take exit 763 onto I-610 North and I-610 North.
Authorities say he was utilizing upside of the water and the scene acts like thieves. According to the Buckeye Police Department, his jeep was found in the designated rainforest on I-19. Detectives say Daniel's jeep had significant damage that was not clearly visible as exposed and designated field. Daniel's clothes, his cell phone, wallet, and keys were all found at the scene. But 3 years later, Daniel is still missing.
Take the exit.
His tirelessly to ensure that his son's case isn't forgotten. The Buckeye Police Department declined our request for comment, but said in the statement there is no evidence of foul play. However, Daniel's father says he believes that foul play would clear the son's disappearance.
What we found in that scene when investigators gave evidence, physical evidence of foul play, we do know the scene is not right.
Davis says that evidence includes additional paint damage on Daniel's vehicle, along with the Jeep being cranked dozens of times after the crash. Daniel's father says he's continuing his efforts to raise awareness. Now it's his run for U.S. Congress in his home state of South Carolina.
If elected, David says he plans to make the process of finding a missing loved one easier for families.
I've been doing 49 weeks of just searches, and for my son, talking to other family members out there who actually even had missing loved ones of their own, but yet was out in the desert with me. That gave me a passion to help others, just like they helped me.
David says he will continue to return to Arizona to work with families to search for him. He says he will do whatever it takes to bring his son home.
I want to make sure I do everything I can to make sure that that damn case remains open. Don't become a cold case.
Jonathan Franklin, NPR News.
This is Morning Edition.
And I'm Stephen.
Stay in the left 2 lanes. In 1.2 miles, take the exit toward Minimax Drive and West 18th Street. Good morning. President Biden campaigned in Philadelphia, and some Democratic donors used the right lane to take the exit toward Minimax Drive and West 18th Street. And this hour, Morning Edition from NPR News. The president hosts a NATO summit this week, and we'll hear from his NATO ambassador.
And I'm Stephen Speed. Following plans of guilty plea for his leading regulators about the safety of his planes. We'll hear what they call it.
Take the exit.
Week for organ donations. It's Monday, July 8th. This day in 1947, a New Mexico newspaper called the Roswell Daily Record quoted U.S. Army officials saying they had recovered a flying saucer that had crashed. The Army later said it was just a little. The news is next.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Corbett Coleman. Hurricane Beryl has weakened to a tropical storm. Its top winds are now at 70 miles per hour. Beryl made landfall this morning as a hurricane on the Texas coast with top winds of 80 miles per hour. It's near Houston and sliding toward the northeast corner of Arkansas, bringing dangers from flooding. Brian Jackson is a meteorologist with the National Weather Service. He says flood watches are in place from Texas to Louisiana.
We expect this heavy rain to
Make a U-turn, then the destination is on your right.
that's what we're seeing really future area. In those areas, we expect kind of a long swath of flash flooding from the remnants up there.
The tracking site, PowerOutage.us, says that more than 2 million customers have now lost power in Texas. President Biden has sent a letter to congressional Democrats today. It says he is not quitting the presidential race. It adds that he'll beat presumptive Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump. Biden says leaving the race now is not what Democratic voters want because they overwhelmingly backed him in the primaries. To reinforce his point, Biden joined the MSNBC program Morning Joe today.
The bottom line here is that I'm not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. I wouldn't be running if I didn't absolutely believe that I am
massive Russian missile attack across Ukraine today has killed at least 31 people and injured dozens more.
The destination is on your right.
This is reports from
Arrived.
Ukraine is pleading for more air defense systems from Western allies.
The strikes killed several people in Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, and also threatened Kyiv near the Kharkiv locations there have been evacuated to another healthcare facility. Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, posted a video on social media showing dazed bystanders outside the window. Blood was visible. Zelensky's hometown, Kyiv, in central Ukraine, was also badly hit in several cities. Ukrainian officials say the Russian military used fast-moving ballistic missiles and anti-cruise missiles. U.S. officials say they will promise more air defense systems at the enemy summit later this
Okay, I'll see the car. I see the car.
population, it says a large majority of its full member members signed the petition. One of them is Tom Hershey, CEO of Portland Energy. So, thank you for being here. The president has made it pretty clear he's not going to be on the neighborhood. So I'm going to say something
First of all, as a business leader, very good at
See.